America Meditating Blog Talk Radio Show. We collect wisdom, hear stories, and inspire each other. I'm Sister Jenna. Tune in live from Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.
The entire world watched.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And humanity saw that the sky was not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
I'm Ivy Hilton, and you are listening to America Meditating Radio Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to America Meditating Radio. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. That was Keep the Faith by Lucinda Drayton on her really old track. This was the one that was called I Am. And I'll tell you something, there's just something about the tone of her voice and just her way of being and her sense of self and just how she overcomes obstacles. It is definitely something for you to visit. She's got a lot of CDs out, and that is, the artist's name is Lucinda Drayton. We're glad that you can join us today. We are moving into the holiday season and beyond, and of course that's always an interesting time. How many of you have been to Tyson's Mall so far? It's like the most festive place on the universe right now. And the other day I just, peeped my head down on the first floor, and there's this beautiful little Santa Claus area where the kids were just having a hoot, and there's still some kids who are still scared of Santa. Thank you for joining us, my friends, and thank you for making the America Meditating Radio such a practical tool for your day-to-day life. I think by now, if you've been with us on our journey for 2 years, you're realizing we don't believe in meditation as an emptying of the mind. What's wrong with your life? It's good. You just want to make it better, right? So firm belief here is to just practice percolating the right kinds of thoughts that will motivate not only your dreams forward, but to motivate you in a way that you can empower the lives of other people. And that's the benefit of the practice of meditation. Physical healing, yes. Mental healing, yes. But I think more than anything else, relationship healing. Big, big A+. Stay tuned. We're about to have Ryan-Brant on, who's a motivated, self-determined business executive. He currently resides in Annapolis, Maryland, a local, and we're going to be talking to him about a lot of things, and definitely about mental fitness. Now, before we get Ryan on the line, I'd like to do what we do best here, and that is to take just a minute of getting our focus on and becoming aware of the power of our existence. And I'm playing this meditation for the lives and the family members that were affected by the shooting in San Bernardino. Congressman Cardenas' district, a very good friend of ours. I think we're really beginning to ask the question, what's going on in the minds of individual, in the internal or the interior world of a person, that these kinds of thoughts are being percolated and they're reaching a level in which an individual can no longer hold those thoughts within themselves. They have to manifest them and show what they actually have been living through. And as much as we don't like to see that, and we should not get accustomed to seeing it, my conversation and question to you is, what can we do to remove this pressure from our inner walls? So for all of the lives lost, and for those that are struggling to keep alive, and to the family of the shooters who must be going through a horrible, nightmaric experience, we dedicate this meditation for you.
Feeling safe. Taking just a minute. Like a tortoise, I move into the safety of my inner world and experience a world free from distractions. I feel secure, protected, knowing that I am true to myself. I experience my true value, independent of the influence of others. I now gently step back into my surroundings.
Welcome back. We are all being called to feel safer from the inside. And so our thoughts will definitely be one of the major precursor for that experience. The America Meditating Radio Show is proud to welcome Ryan-Brant. Ryan is a motivated, self-determined business executive, and he currently resides in the Annapolis, Maryland area. Bryant is the founder and president and CEO for Positive Strides. His foundation advocates, educates, and supports injured athletes and helps with the mental and physical recovery and life after athletics. Can you imagine that? Because, as you all know, we are involved with a new release that's coming up called Concussion from Sony Pictures. So I can only imagine what Positive Strides will be able to do as this very poignant and very important show gets released on the global stage. The American Meditating Radio is really proud to welcome Ryan to the air. Ryan, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent this morning.
That's good.
Thank you
That's
for having
good.
me on.
Welcome. You know, I was telling our producer, I don't really know much about football, but about a month ago, and I used to actually love basketball, but about a month ago, we had this discussion, and when we were approached with concussion and being asked what best way we can really encourage a very healthy conversation around the importance of its awareness, it got me thinking about the importance of me knowing everything that's going on in my world that I care about so much, and what are some of the areas and organizations and people that might be extremely pro-productive in making a lot of this a much better story. But before I go into that, I'd love if you can tell us about this incredible foundation that you started called Positive Strides and its mission, and actually what led you to begin that nonprofit.
Yeah, I started Positive Strides' mission is to advocate, educate, and support injured athletes, their parents, coaches, and athletic administrators during the difficult recovery process. And my passion for starting the foundation came from my personal experiences. I was a top lacrosse player, Division I lacrosse goalie, and during my athletic career, I ended up suffering 4 knee surgeries, a back surgery, several concussions as well, and it was a very difficult process for me, which, resulted a abrupt ending to my athletic career, resulted in severe depression as well. And during my time, I was researching, spent numerous hours online, on the phone, trying to contact an organization or an individual that I could reach out to provide some guidance and assistance for me. And I came across that there was a lot of athletes out there going through the exact same situation as I was, but there really wasn't a resource. So when I graduated college in 2013 from Hofstra University, I said, why not? Let's jump into it. There's a huge need right now. Sports-related injuries are growing at a rapid pace with over 10 million sports-related injuries. So our goal with the foundation is just to, first off, raise awareness. Let people understand how many athletes, youth athletes, are suffering injuries and severe injuries.
Ryan, are those stats correct? 10 million injuries per year?
Yes, 10 million injuries per year.
Wow, you're kidding me.
And to add to that, 1 in 3 children who participate in a team sport suffer a severe injury.
Oh, wow. And there's no support group or nothing available. I believe that because one of my students, they were from Florida, very top athlete at FIU, major injury, didn't know what to do with life after that. And basically, he's almost just on the streets, just living at home, in and out. He doesn't know where to go, and he doesn't know who to talk to, because what fed his identity and his purpose was his performance on the field.
Yes. And that's the scary part is athletes, when you dedicate so much time and your life to that particular sport, you can't return to it due to an injury. It's a loss of self-identity, and you gotta have that support system behind you already set in place to pick you back up and let you know that you are meant to be here for a reason, and there's more to life besides athletics. There's 60, 70 years to go for you to live a fruitful, meaningful life.
Exactly. Well, I want to move us on to Christmas Day because Sony Pictures will be releasing a new film called Concussion, and it's based on the story of Dr. Bennet Omalu, this forensic neuropathologist who made the first discovery of CTE, which is a football-related brain trauma in pro players. Now, I understand that Positive Strides is developing a standardized concussion management protocol for use in youth, high school, and NCAA institution, which is, I think Sony is going to be blown away by all of this. You need to tell us a little bit about the issue of concussions in sports and why a management protocol might be needed at this time.
First off, in terms of the movie Concussion, I think it is a great opportunity to assist raising awareness, getting it out there so that people can understand the true impact that concussions have on athletes each and every day. And going into the standardized concussion protocols that we're in the process of developing and have even presented already to Congressman Bill Pascal, who is also he's the co-chairman for the Congressional Brain Injury Task Force on Capitol Hill. Our goal is to establish a very consistent protocol that doesn't differ depending on each institution. Right now, the Power 5 schools and conferences have put something in place, but they still don't really match up. And for the lower tier divisions and school conferences in athletics, it's a bit scarier because one school can have a specific protocol in terms of the number of days of rest you're supposed to get to return to play, how are you supposed to travel, the classes, and all of that. So every single one differs as of right now, and we want to be able to create and establish something that is consistent along all athletics so that everybody understands there's no leeway to allow an athlete to slip through the cracks.
Now, when I heard about concussion and I was approached to see what we could do to help to facilitate this, now keep in mind, I'm a sister, but not sister in religious terms, but I'm still a sister, right? And here we are leading a radio show on spirituality, meditation, motivating people to be better, positive thinking, transformational thinking. And then, you're reached out to look at this area of concussion and what it means to players in the NFL. You know what my first thought was, Ryan, when I got that? I turned to my producer and I said, what? NFL is like God. There's no way I'm even going to touch that. And, it was interesting because that's when she looked at me and she says, you've got to. With your voice in this, it's going to make a big difference. And so with the kind of love for football and sport in the United States of America, is it likely, though, that many changes may be made in the area of implementing more safety standards and management protocols in sports?
Yes, I do believe that it is very likely there will be lots of changes in the near future to better protect our athletes. Just in the past 95 days, there has been quite few deaths related to high school football, sports-related injuries on the field. And, some changes may be able to help prevent that from happening and save a life.
Beautiful. What can athletes do to ensure their safety a little bit more?
Well, one of the programs that we actually provide and are just partnering with Anne Arundel County Public Schools here locally in Maryland is an educational injury prevention and nutrition seminar program. And what that does, it allows us to reach out to all of the student athletes, their parents, the coaches, and any athletic and school administrators who are involved in overseeing the programs to talk about proper warm-up and the proper cool-down, signs and symptoms of what to look for in specific injuries, having a better understanding before you put yourself in harm's way or potentially at risk getting on a field. Understand if you have an ache or a pain, in today's environment, it is okay to go off to the side and seek medical attention. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our players and our youth are safe, first and foremost, and healthy at the same time. And on the back end, we focus on injury prevention, the different tips you can do when you're talking about strength and conditioning and training for your sport. There's different methods to go about it and proper methods to lifting weights and running. And then also the last part is just nutrition. You are what you eat, and there are lots of nutritional benefits to eating healthy. Sometimes a little costly depending on how healthy you want to eat, but there are ways to make it a budget-friendly diet that is helping you refuel your body to help you potentially decrease the opportunity of suffering a severe injury.
That's good. You're a success story from something that was, I'm sure, traumatic in many ways. And a very dear friend of ours, Keith Mitchell, he was also a former linebacker with the NFL, paralyzed because of spinal contusion. And he started to go into depression and all of that. But then he started to go into hatha yoga. And he started to do yoga to heal himself. And now he teaches young kids and other members how to heal themselves through that process. Any ideas about what your thoughts are, Ryan, about yoga, meditation, as well as nutrition, exercise? Do you think those would be also positive things to contribute to the healing process?
Yes, every single
Beautiful.
one that Keith teaches and is a part of is very helpful to the healing process. One thing I learned personally is when you suffer a physical injury, it's not just a physical injury. The mental side comes in. And I actually practice yoga myself, and it is a place where I can go and kind of just meditate, allow the deep breathing to kick in, and kind of block out all of the stress and different things that are happening each and every day, and allow me to focus on my health, mentally, physically, and challenge myself in a way where I'm not putting that much strain as I was when I was playing lacrosse. And it is by far one of the best ways to alleviate stress and allow you to focus on yourself as a whole.
Can I ask you something personal?
Yep, go right ahead.
Do you still love football?
I love football. I love lacrosse. I love every single sport.
Yeah.
Do I wish injuries on anybody? No, not even on my worst enemy. But the thing with athletics, there's lots of risks to athletics, but there's also a lot of benefits that you can receive from the game. And that's just being able to get out and establish different life lessons, such as perseverance, overcoming adversity, being able to build a tight-knit network within your community and friends, and being social. So there's lots of key components and benefits that you get from athletics, which, right now that's why we're focusing really on injury prevention, because we want our future generation to be able to experience these life skills and learn them firsthand in athletics.
Yes, very true, very true. And I think that's what makes your foundation, Positive Strides, so timely and important. Ryan, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us on the air today, because I had no idea until I started to do my own research and realized the incredible importance or the incredible need there is to really spread the story of injuries in sports and what we can do to help those that are really just needing a hand to just see them through a very, very challenging time. Before I let you go, please leave our listeners with perhaps a life quote that you're living by currently. But lastly, are there any events that are coming up, anything that you need the public to know about Positive Strides where they could participate and assist you?
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is by Walt Kelly, and it's "Every burden is a blessing." And some of our upcoming events are December 16th. We have a Lululemon Athletica trunk show here in Annapolis, right off of Westgate Circle. We also have December 18th, the opening of Dave & Buster's in Springfield, Virginia, where we were selected as the beneficiary of the opening of Dave & Buster's. For more information, please visit our website at positive-strides.org. You can check us out on Facebook at positive-strides.org, Twitter at Positive Stride, as well as Instagram. If you would like to learn more via email, you can contact us at info@positive-strides.org. And last but not least, as a 501c3, our organization relies on the support from the community so that we can provide our programs to the athletic community here. And anything you guys can help in volunteer hours and connecting us with certain athletes that are injured that and or providing financial support would be extremely helpful.
Ryan, you've touched my heart. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing, and lots of good wishes for Positive Strides.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ryan. Take care.
You too.
Did you all hear those statistics? 10 million sports injuries per year, and just amplifying it and taking it at the level of the NFL and the NBA and baseball, right? There's nowhere to go after that. It's as if you're no longer needed. Services rendered. Please contact Ryan at positivestrides.org. With sports and arts And these particular areas where we're no longer being sustained, or we're not offering tools for sustaining these particular areas of our world, I'm appealing to all of you to begin to participate and help each other, because it's actually quite senseless. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation with Ryan-Brant from Positive Strides, and his website address once again is positive-strides.org. And please let us know what your thoughts are. And of course, we always value your input. As we end the show every day, is no one will be able to ever take away your happiness. You've got to give them permission to do that. And we are here to love each other the same. So let us do that. As we get to the holiday season, my friends, please be safe, be kind, and be noble. Ending today's show with Lifted by Bliss. Take care, everybody.